Hello folks and welcome to Silica Slopes here in Parkitect. Real quick, I changed my computer location, so if you hear the fans or anything, just let me know and I'll try to play with them a little bit. I'm still working on some few things here. But let's take a look here. We've acquired a small plot of land in a desolate forested valley. Use what space you have at your disposal to build a charming amusement park. You can buy more land to expand the park, but you cannot get any loans. We have to have 450 guests in our park, an overall park rating of 85%. Have at least 250 guests in our park as an optional goal, which we have to do to solve this, and then complete this all by end of year 4. I think this is the first year 4 one we've had. So let's take a look here what we have. Alright, so it's kind of an awkwardly spaced piece of land with lots of random hills. We got this little lake, which kind of be cool. And as far as buying things, what do we have buying land? Oh, it's only $8, so it's not expensive. And we have, okay, there's some things we can do there, and there's random minecart thing there. Okay, whatever. But there's things we can do. But again, it's a pretty awkwardly spaced area here. We start off with $15,000, which is great. We don't have a lot in the way of calm rides. Definitely not a lot in the way of thrill rides. Not a lot in coasters, but at least we have a steel coaster, so we should be okay. And we have a couple other small options. So we're going to leave our initial thing here as thrill rides. We'll bring it up to $500 a month. Let's take a look as far as food goes. We're doing good with that. We got lots of food and drink options, which is all we really need to worry about. Let's take a look here. All right, so we can really easily set up a little food court here, get that started. We'll get a first couple rides here. We'll probably flatten out some of this, I'm thinking, just to make things a little bit easier. And might throw our first coaster in this little area here. I'm thinking that we might have to do a launch coaster just because of the space involved. Without a lot of space, it makes more sense to kind of launch a ride here. And I also think we're going to stick with one level paths here, just to try to make our jobs slightly easier. We're just going to get all of these as staff-based paths. And then let's see what we want to do here. So we'll get an info kiosk set up first. Throw some toilets on there as well. And then I think we're going to do it this way. We'll store some turkey legs. Not that. And as far as food go or drinks go, we really only have that one, so we can do that. And then we'll also throw some souvenirs, since they seem to sell really well, depending on what you're doing. So we'll get those basic pieces there. So they're all set up nice and good. What else? We need to add a staff room, I think. So let's just flatten this area out just a little bit. We can get it right in here if we just flatten that area. Cool. We'll throw in our staff room. Like so. And then pathwise, we have that. And I'm happy with that setup. I guess I could have thrown something over there as well, but maybe that will be a cash machine down the road if we get a chance to unlock that. Which with 4 years is our goal, we should have a chance to unlock a lot of stuff here. Taking a look at the rest of our items. Okay, so we have our pretty standard building stuff, which is nice because I'm used to building with a lot of this stuff. So it's not a terrible experience to go through and try to make stuff for it. So we're just going to quickly throw all of this together. And for right now, it's going to kind of be a random little cutout. There's absolutely no reason to add theming to any of that, but whatevs. We can do it if we want. And I like putting these things on there just because they hide stuff just a little bit more from the guest view. It doesn't really actually matter at all in the game, but I kind of like how it looks a little bit better. So that's why I sometimes put them in there. We'll put on our basic roofing structures here. And we're going to figure out the rest of this here in just a little bit, because I'm not sure how the rest of this is actually going to kind of exist together. Roofing lines. Oh, we could have just done basic roofs. We're going to go in here and make our lives more complicated for no reason. Alright, so that will look nice. And then we can go in here. Alright, I'm happy with that. And then we just need to get some additional walls down there set up. Get a little angled one back here. Even though you can't really see it, I want to make sure it's there. And then our half wall will get slammed in right there. Okay. One other thing I think I'm going to do here is doors. It's not something I've really done at all, but I think it will look nice. And we'll just throw on, let's say, a white door here. There we go. Look at that. Looks like we kind of know maybe what we're sort of doing there. I know we don't have a ton of money, and also money's going to be tight in this one, but I really do like the look of borders on our structures here. And I'm not using a super fun color palette. I'm kind of going to go really default on a lot of this just to, one, speed things up, and two, I'm not good at picking them, so there's no point in wasting time on stuff you're not super good at. I missed a border back there that I need to adjust for, but we'll get that later. I missed this guy right here. Okay. So that looks good. I'm happy with that little bit of stuff. Taking a look here, we have our Ferris wheel, which is a really standard, simple ride. We can kind of flatten out and throw stuff right in the beginning. Not really thrilled with our thrill ride selection, and I am going to spend some money to flatten a lot of this out. Just makes building a little bit easier for down the road here, and we can purchase some of this stuff. So the stuff that we are flattening out, we can kind of make it look better down the road here. But let's go in here. We'll throw on our first ride here. And again, we're paused, so we can open everything up, and it's not really a big deal. Get that set, and then that pathway is eventually going to head out that way. It's on a line. Wrong thing. We're going to head out that way. And we'll probably flatten this to be with the rest of that. But we'll deal with that down the road here. We also have, let's see, with the carousel, we swinging ship. This is not going to be, so I want to kind of clarify some things here. This is not going to be your traditional theme park. There's no theme. This is going to be a straight up amusement park. Where we are just trying to get people on the rides as quickly as possible. That's kind of be what we're doing. We're not theming, we're not going crazy with anything. We're going to make it look nice, but it's not going to be a park that's like going to be head over heels amazing. Like, nobody wants to ride a pirate ship right next to that. That's just not an attractive look, but for this park, it's going to work for us right now. So let's take a look here. I wanted to do a steel coaster back in this area. I think no real rhyme or reason for that, but I think it will look nice. I think it will work better. And what I'm thinking here is we have a station we can launch and have it go into like a half loop or something and come back down, do some dipsy-doos and come back into there without having too much trouble. And also hopefully not costing us too much money. So have that right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's going to be enough. I don't want to have a super high capacity ride because we don't need to have that for this. And we'll do our limb launch at the highest speeds that we can. I might have to actually move this over one because it looks like we're going to run into stuff. Yeah. Oh, well, we could do that, but that's not big enough. So let's go back here and we're going to move it over there. Alright, so now we can increase that, set our target acceleration a little higher, build that, and then scale that bad boy. And why can't we build that there? Oh, it comes outside the park. Alright, so new game plan. We're gonna go this way. Alright, so we'll do our planned launch here. something like that. And this is going to be really compact if we get to do it the way I'm hoping we can here. So we have that. Guess I should bring it back down to 0. There we go. Let's see where we're at. 8.5 there. That should be fine. That needs to be a lot smaller. Because we can't run into... Yeah, we're running into that right there, so... Ooh, that's not good. Okay, so we'll bring that down just a little bit more. That can now flip over and do that. Again, I'm not trying to do anything super fancy with this coaster. This is trying to be compact, but also fit the theming that we need to have here to get everything done properly and fully. So we're just kind of going to play with it a little bit and see what happens and hope for the best. Let's see here. So we have that. Bring that down. And then we'll figure out where we're going after that. So it goes through, does that. Makes through that no problem. This. We'll start to turn it there. I wonder if we can get under the track there. That would be fun if it could kind of come back at itself, but I'm not sure that's going to happen or not. So let's take a look here. Okay, it's close. So if we keep it going there. Nah, it's still going to run it. Okay, never mind. So instead of bringing it in like that, we're just going to bring it bound here. So maybe instead of doing it the way I was doing it, we'll bring it up and over. Will that work? There we go. Okay. Then we most definitely need to trim the speed down there. So if we make that instead of 2 a 3. All right, and then I think we can go in here and just flatten that out, and hopefully nope. And then put that there, turn it. Oh, we don't even have to. Okay, cool. We can just go here And there. And we have that done. Okay. Interesting. I'm kind of curious to see what the stats are on that. This guy, we have to trim that speed no matter what. It's going through doing its thing. And then it comes back into the station. If we increase that speed a little bit, the ride definitely gets more wild, and hopefully it pumps up that excitement just a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with that. We only get one train out of it, which is fine, I think. It's not totally ideal for what we're doing here, but it should be okay. And then entry line ways. Let's see here. We're going to have to go underground, I think. Oh, you know what I might do here? Instead of where that cast machine might go, it's going to be the entrance to our ride. And then we can do something with the building here. Maybe just so it looks a little different than the other parts of the building. And roofing wise, put that on there. And we'll throw some more borders on there. Do I go with a different kind of border or just the original one? Let's just do this one. Alright. And then we need a station building of some type here. And then we need to save some money because we've spent almost $12,000. So we're going to need to take a pause here. Alright, so have our basic station going here. It's nothing crazy complicated. And we just need to have that one go out just a little further, and we should be good roofing wise. Again, this is not a theme park. This is an amusement park. So there's going to be some spots where things just don't necessarily make sense and they look a little cheap, and I'm okay with that because we just don't have the budget or anything to do a lot with all this. So that's fine. Let's go in here and add on a couple of basic things that we need to have. Alright, we have the basics set up here. And as far as lighting goes, I think these ones will make the most sense. So let's see where we put them. Okay. And then to increase the overall charm factor here, we're going to put in some plants. That one's way too big. We'll do this guy. Just need to make some of this look planned and nice. So just going to do a little bit of time putting some stuff in to make it look a little nicer. Again, not going crazy here, just trying to add a little bit. We have a lot of very particular green here, and that's okay, I guess. But in a more perfect world, we would add some variety of colors here, because we have green and slightly different green as our main colors for all of this so far. But what I've found playing this game is that adding little stuff like this, while it's annoying and takes some time, it really does add to the guest satisfaction overall. So while it's a little tedious sometimes to go in and add all this stuff, and again, this is a theme park, or this is an amusement park, not a theme park, you still do want to have some elements. I think that's kind of the expectation now, is that while we're not going for Disney level or Universal level of stuff, we do need to add a few little drops of what things should look like. So I'm happy with that. We're going to add on some big trees here. There we go. Throw another one out there. There we go. Throw some maple trees in here, because I really like the look of the maple trees. I really like the red color. It looks really good compared to a lot of the other ones that are on here. And I think as long as you keep stuff relatively consistent, the color palette and the types of trees you use, you can make something look really nice and cohesive without a whole lot of work. So I'm going to be mainly sticking with the maple trees, these aspens, and then the oak trees. And the oak trees, when you add on different colors to it, they bring a whole new life into the park. They can really look fantastic if you do a little bit of time spending just getting some stuff dialed in with them. So they can look really cool. But let's go in here. What are we going to call this? Let's call it Viper. And Viper has a different color. The color on there doesn't make sense, so let's we could call it Black Viper, I guess, if we wanted to, but I think that looks good. There we go. All right, we're going to open this up and play it a little bit. And hopefully, we should get our first guest. There we go. Oh, no, that's workers. Oh, I should probably hire some people. That's true. So let's go in here. Pause that real fast and grab some staff. Our first zone needs to be set up, and that is going to be just for our hauler. And then we're going to hire, I think, just 2 of them, 1 maintenance person, and probably 2 of these. It's, again, a very small park. We don't have a lot going on right now. We will, and you can see there's people coming. And usually in this, there's multiple. It's not just one person. It's usually a whole bunch. But you're heading for the info kiosk. We have other people heading for other things. And if we switch it over into nighttime mode, the park kind of looks nice. It's not the best looking amusement park, but the lights that are default on there really do kind of pop and look nice. Now if we take a look at the rides here, we have medium for that one as far as decoration. This one's decoration low. How about Viper? It is high decoration rating, and it is very high on the intensity. So we actually need to dial that back a little bit, because this section here is just going too fast. And we're going to lower that down. We're just going to say wait for full. Well, during testing, we don't really need to wait at any time. Just need to go. There we go. It's high intensity, medium, that. So we can charge $8 for that. And I'll slow it back down. Alright, let's test it at that. I just want to see what the difference is. We already knocked down that intensity, but does the high intensity take away from the excitement is the question. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to open up Viper now. And as far as the ride itself goes, we want to make sure it's waiting for a full load. We're going to make it wait that whole 60 seconds. and we should be good. But man, look at this. Lots of people waiting. And look, we had our first souvenir buyer there. They purchased a absurdly large cowboy hat, which is apparently cutting into other people's heads on both sides. But I'm cool with them doing that. Thank you for spending the money and coming in and getting stuff like that. Let's see. What are people thinking about Viper? Viper is opened. So we are there. There's somebody who couldn't wait, and they're now queuing for the Ferris wheel, which is disappointing. We're now working on a clockwork. We're going to dial back our expenditures here because we don't have the ability to take out loans, and we are rapidly running out of money. But luckily, hopefully here, Viper is going to save us. Alright, there's our first riders on Viper. Satisfaction's not all that great, so maybe we'll bring down that pricing a little bit. And we'll see how we do here. So we're slowly gaining people. We just need to now gain some money. We're going to change some of the pricing on these things. That's fantastic. Making $5 for the hats. Sun visor, we're only making $2 on, so we're going to have to increase that a little bit. Sombrero, we're making good money on. There's so many varying prices on these things. It's crazy. I want to make at least $4 on everything. There's just so many options. It's unbelievable. Okay, so we got all those. Let's take a look at our hot drinks here. Only making that, so increase the price of coffee to $5. Tea is also going to cost $5. Great. And turkey leg wise, that is going to cost $5 as well. Now our park doesn't have a lot of places for people to go, which may be a problem for us, but we are starting to turn a little bit of a profit. I know this number here is saying that we're losing money, but this number has continued to go up a little bit. And we're really buying lots of pirate hats, so I guess it's because of the pirate ship. Cool. There we go. See, we're making $413 per month here. Judging by some of the lines here, I think, if you take a look here, this is 3036, this is 3842 as far as excitement and intensity goes. This is getting lines on it, and people are satisfied with that. If we take a look at this, not so much. And over here, even worse, but that's okay. Thought-wise, what are we making money-wise here? So, I mean, we have the option. We can make a lot of money with this ride if we play our cards right. But right now, we're more worried about getting the other things satisfied. So this guy is going to be our next, I think, goal. Unless we have something else down the pipeline that's going to be even better. But we're going to scale that back just a little bit because we just don't have the money to do anything with it right now. And we'll hope that we can draw in some more guests and money here as we continue. But we need to have at least the 450 guests. This is big. If we can get that 85%, we get $2,500. And this one, once we get the 250 guests, we get $5,000. Those are going to be two massive numbers for us to kind of go through and make sure we can get. We are inching in on being able to afford a clockwork, which is going to go, I think, right there. There we go. We got the clockwork. Go in and put that in. That will be a $4 ride. And now we just need to be able to afford the paths to get all of that in there with it. Alright, so we just need to wait. We're in the red right now, but we'll get back into the black here very shortly. And there we go. Now we can open up that ride, and people should flock to that really quickly here. Wow, we had a lot of people coming in. See that big group? I don't know. I might have missed a pop-up of a large group of people coming in with something. And looking through here, I think I'm going to make this a building in some way, shape, or form here. Not sure exactly what I want to do with it yet. No. I want that to be online with everything else. And this is not like me trying to make this look nice. This is me selfishly, when it rains, I want to have a source of income, because right now we have no indoor rides. And this is going to hopefully solve that problem for us once we can make a little bit of cash. We need to do all the other parts of that first, which are going to cost us a little bit of money, but hopefully it will add to the overall enjoyment, which hopefully will then allow us to recoup some of our money. And while we're trying to wait out the money game here, I never know if I should charge more for the entry on rides or for the park when we have that going on, or if I should just kind of leave it be that default dollar and charge up for the rides. My concern with this park is that charging a lot for rides, while it makes us money, we don't have a cash machine, so it means that people are going to be leaving, and we can't reach our goals if people are leaving. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword on this one as far as the best strategy to get there. We are slowly but surely getting into the ability to afford the things that I want to do here, which is mainly just putting a roof on this ride so that if it does rain, we have a place for people to actually go and enjoy some basic rides. And then I think a carousel is on tap here for us very soon as well. You see our income is slowly going down as our guest numbers are slowly going up. Not by a lot, but just a little bit. And the clockwork seems to be quite the hit. That one is getting lots of people at it. Just what I wanted to do. Just need to afford a little bit more here, and then we'll be in really good shape. Ooh, yeah, you can even see down last month we were plus $35. Now, I'm sure a lot of that was also building the roof structure here, but it's just, it's tight. don't have a lot to build, luckily. We just have these last two pieces, so we need $10, and there we go. Now when we take a look at our stats here, increased popularity during the rain, and wouldn't you know it, it starts raining, and we are successful here. The one problem that we're going to run into right now, though, is that all of our other rides essentially are closed, which is not ideal, and I'm hitting buttons that I don't want to. Let's go in here and add some pavilions, and I'm just going to add some very basic pavilions here. And my thinking behind this is that if you order food and you want to sit down, now you have a place to. This one doesn't look good, so we're going to get rid of that one. But otherwise, now we have a place to sit down, enjoy some delicious food. And by food, I mean we have hot drinks and turkey legs. We survived that. We are making money, and that's all I really want to do right now. You can see that our line for this is maxed. But hopefully now people are going to start going on some of the other rides. Hopefully mainly Viper, because we need that to start producing for us. Satisfaction continues to go down, so I think I'm going to charge $6 for that and just try to get that to go back the other way. Yes! There we go. We have the overall rating of 85%, so we have the people in our park. We can see that we have a double, inverted double swing here, which is a nice ride because it doesn't take up a ton of space. And it does fit within kind of it fits nicely within the design of this park. That's kind of what I'll say. It's kind of a carnival-y kind of ride. It's not the greatest ride by any means, but it fits within what we need to do here. So that one we can build. We also need to build the carousel. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to do something back here, because there's a nice area, flat area over here, or do I start building out this way? Because my idea here is that I could put the carousel right here, and if I have that, that kind of blocks out the rest of this area, which could be okay. I mean, we could put a coaster in here and have it go do all the stuff back here and be fine. We also have the ability to buy this land, but as you see, money is kind of tight. Or we put in it over here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the carousel right here, and I'll put in that double inverter swinger thing, whatever it's called, over there. And hopefully those two small additions will allow us to do just a touch more with our park. So have that. I'm going to charge $2. We'll open that up. And then we need to get another tree over here. Take a tree out to put that, which is fine. Just need to replace it maybe with a black pine. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And overall satisfaction with this is slowly on the way up. What we have there, and then we can put in, let's see, what do we, Twister's not going to do anything for us. We'll get this guy in here. It's not quite as small as I thought it was. I thought that was a lot smaller of a ride. That's okay. We'll get that in there like so. Have it do a decent sized queue. And again, $4. Open that up. And maybe we'll even put a little building over all of that. I think you'd have something in real life. If the thing's spinning at people, as it is here, you have to have something in there to protect them. So we're going to have a little structure there that will do the same thing. Oops. Let's see here. All right. And we're able to get in nice stuff that we have there. There, let's draw a nice little line. You can see our park. We have 208 guests. We are drawing people. We are making money. It's not, again, this is drips and drabs, but if we get to that 250, we should be able to do some more stuff here, which is what kind of we want to get to right now. And eventually we're probably going to rebuild this ride to be a little bit more than what we had here. And I apologize. The new position of my keyboard, where I move my computer to, is just slightly different than what we had before. And it's an adjustment for me. I think we can make this a high excitement and high intensity ride with just a few modifications. Like over here, it can go into another corkscrew, come back through, maybe do a loop right there, and then come into the station. And it would solve basically all the problems with that ride. Alright, so we have a twister now, which again, not my favorite ride in this game, but something. And if we take a look at our area for sale, we could buy all of this up and really expand that area out. And this right now is not interesting to me over here because this area is nothing. This area has potential to do more stuff with it. So I think if we're going to buy something up, it will be this area over here. And then we'll figure out what exactly we want to do from that. But that's a problem for a little bit down the road when we get a little bit more chance to do stuff. Let's take a look at our guests and see what they're thinking. They want to get something from turkey legs. We had a whole bunch of people thought the project awesome. The toilet is disgusting. That's not good. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it is disgusting. Let's go ahead and hire a new person. Go take care of that. Is there a way that we can set the dirtiness level? Okay, somebody is actively cleaning that right now, which is what we need. And we're probably going to put another bathroom in down here somewhere. You can see we have a nice area of space that we can do some stuff with over here now. Just flattening some of that out. I know that it's not the best look in the world, but I'm happy with that. We can now go in and expand our park ever so slightly. So to put a little pathway on there, and then we can also just have that be part of the existing building. There we go. Actually, let's see. If I make that real. Doesn't quite match, but it's better. Okay. So I guess the next question is what we're doing. Ooh, a launch drop tower. That's absolutely going to go right in there. That should be a nice draw for us. And again, I'm trying to leave this little pathway open because I would like to get a coaster that can maybe have a lift hill here, drop down, do some stuff, come back, and all of that. Now, with that said, we don't have a lot of coasters. We have the little mini coaster, which is fine, and then we need to have something else. But we need to get to 250 guests in the park. Once we get to that, we'll have a lot more money to work with, and we should be able to do a little bit more with our park. Satisfaction there is slowly rising, but again, people are not happy with the overall price of this ride, so we're going to need to lower that down. And I think what's going to come is if we do get more, when we get our 250, not if, when we get our 250 guests, we're going to renovate this ride a little bit to do a little bit more. I think what we could do is do more of a cobra roll or something along those lines and kick it out this way a little bit and then have a little bit more room to do more stuff. We'll find out when we have a chance here in just a little bit, hopefully. But I am excited, and I am, we're making money, which is really good for a little park like this. To be able to make money right out of the gate, I'm pretty excited about. And a drop tower, I think, is a 3x3. So if we can bring that over there, have our entry or our area there, and then make the line here, I think we'll be okay. Just putting that there to plant out where we are going. And guess-wise here again, starting to get hungry. A lot of people on our clockwork and Ferris wheel and queuing for rides. Hunger is our #1 issue right now. Seems like turkey legs, yeah, they're starting to make some money. We're making, look at that, $350 just for turkey legs. Beautiful. And our launch drop tower, potentially that can be high intensity as well. And if we can get there, that will be excellent, excellent news. I'm not super thrilled with the quality of our janitorial staff. You can see that there was rope there, and then I had to hire somebody to exit that, but that's all stuff we can solve with just more people to help us out. Yep, 3x3. Fantastic. So I can do that. Throw that there, that there. Let's test that and see what it does. I'm not exactly sure how good or bad that's going to be. Ooh, there we go. That's what we wanted. We have a high. That means we're going to be able to charge top dollar for that because that is the most exciting and the highest intensity ride in the park. Which is kind of sad, but we're going to ignore that fact for right now because we don't have another option and we're just going to pretend that everything is hunky-dory. But that should bring in a good number of guests, and with those guests we should be able to pass our, we need 10 more guests to pass 250, and then we're supposed to, I think, get some money at that point, in which case we're doing much better. And we're just going to add some trees along the outskirts here just to, again, keep the theme kind of consistent. Doesn't have to be great. It's not a theme park. This is an amusement park. Alright, we're just trying to throw in a little bit more detail, for a lack of a better word here. But really just gaming the system. Trying to make it look like We have everything that we need to have here. I know many of our guests are hungry. There is a very defined hunger spot that they can go to. We probably could build another food court out here. The problem is food courts are very expensive. And we need to get to 250 guests to be able to afford that expense. Yeah, well, we're starting to run into a problem where people can't afford to go on our rides, which is always a concern. We have a couple of vandals going through the park. Oh goodness, this is just... things are going downhill, folks. So let's slow this down. We have 13 vandals? Mother of God. Why? Okay, you. Okay, I'm going to let you go on that ride. And then I'm going to ban you. How about you? Yep, you. Goodbye. You. You already spent money. Goodbye. Get out of my park. I find it very satisfying to ban people in this game. Hey, you. Goodbye. There's another one right behind you. Who lines up for a Ferris wheel, waits in line for the Ferris wheel, and vandalizes the park? I don't think that's a big selection of people. Now, once they're in line, they still will ride the ride, and then they leave peacefully, which is wonderful. So we just need to let them have their fun, pay their money, and then they can leave peacefully, and we're in good shape. The problem is that also knocks down our numbers here. So can I advertise? Let's see. Yeah, we can advertise that with, if we... Let's go with radio for 3 months. Taking a gamble here. We're going to hope that that brings in some guests to come to our park. Because we need 11 more people. Up. I saw you. Where'd you go? Yeah, you. You're already banned. Why did you destroy things if you're already banned? That's not nice. And hunger seems to be the biggest problem with our park right now, so we are going to have to address that. Probably going to build a food court back here, but we need money to do so. How many vandals do we still have? 6 vandals, jeez. And with the souvenir shop, it's really hard to tell who... There's a vandal right there. But it's hard to tell because they have all kinds of different stuff. Like this one has a watermelon helmet. Like, what are you doing? Why do you have a pumpkin head on? Alright, we're going to leave that kind of go for a little bit. We're slowly decreasing guests, which is not good. It says we're going up, but the number's staying pretty static. See, there's 1, 2, 1, 2 leaving, 2 coming. Now we have a good number of guests coming. Hopefully that's from our advertising. But again, there's a good number leaving too. So like that number, while it says it's going up, has actually gone down. Not the best. Oh, hold on. That's a vandal right there. Oh, you're already banned. Why are you... You shouldn't be able to destroy stuff if you already got kicked out. We have 3 vandals left in this park. And we have a lot of people coming. There we go. We have 250 guests. There we go. We have our $5,000 reward. Okay. I'm going to pause this. Because I think the biggest problem in our park right now is that we don't have the ability to have food and all that stuff going. So we're going to start serving our guests lots of the things that they want. Which also includes balloons that we're going to make scene profit on. Alright, so we have that. So we're at 1.5 there. What are we at on this side? Oh, we're also at 1.5. And the letter M is my favorite thing to use on these. Makes life lining these up so much easier. I didn't know about it for a long time, but it just makes life easier. But did it make that one easier or no? Okay. Okay. So when you're building the chutes, you need to make sure that this icon, first off, it's going to show that it doesn't have a chute. So if you get that set up, you're in much better shape. Then once you have that, then you add a pathway for your people to go to, and then you have to add the shop. So 1, 2, 3. Awesome. We'll hire our hauler. That is going to exist in that zone. And our hauler here is also going to exist in that show or that zone. So let's go in and add on our walls. I think we're going to go back to this kind of look because we haven't had that in a while. Alright, we have that. And we're going to go with this half arc kind of look because we haven't had any of that in this park yet. And I think it's time we have something that has a little curvature in here. I think the only other curvature we have is on Clockwork. Has the arced, yeah, it has the radius there. So while we're not doing a great job here, oh, supports. I never noticed that was there. That's kind of cool. I digress. We're going to roofs here. While again, it's not a theme park. This is an amusement park. Still makes stuff look kind of nice. I forgot a half wall over there that we will get in just a moment. But first I need to make sure I select the proper color. Alright, and then wall-wise, we're going to go back down to there. Add on that. And then we have these stupid balloons that are just sitting out in the middle of nowhere. I don't like them. They look stupid. But hopefully we'll be able to address the hunger issue in our park. Our numbers are slowly rising here. And I think after this round of Viper, we're going to close it and do some work to it. Because this should be a ride that we can easily get more people on. Alright, so I'm going to pause it. I'm going to go into construction and we're going to start playing with this one a little bit. And I think right here is where we run into our first round of problems. So that's cool. Oh, this turn here is problematic for a lot of reasons. So maybe we'll approach that a little differently here. I don't know if that will clear or not, but let's take a look and see what happens. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. So then we can still run into that issue. Maybe we don't. Okay. Nah, I'm not happy with this ride overall. So I think what we're going to do is just delete it entirely. And we're going to start over. Now, that's not a lot of money. That was a poor decision on my part to do this, but let's start over from scratch. Alright, so we're going to put on our exit and entrance here real fast, just to make sure we have our bases covered. And we're going to build it more traditional. Alright, so we're going to play that and just see what happens here. But I'm feeling a little better. Even though I should not have gotten rid of all that because it cost us way too much money. That coaster was not making us the money that we needed. That flying coaster is not going to do anything for us. How about just calm rides? And what, well, while I'm a little quiet here, thinking behind this ride at my current state is that it's going to be able to provide more capacity. So capacity, while a lot of our rides right now have decent capacity, especially this Clockwork. I didn't realize it had 32. That's awesome. We don't have a lot of capacity for our guests, and we need to just kind of bump that out. So my idea here is I can build a more of a traditional coaster. It does all of its stuff, drop, cool and in, goes through this, does another one, and then comes into the brake run. But that brake run is going to allow us to add a second train. And that's kind of going to be what I really, really want out of this. So we need a lot more money here. And again, I probably should not have gotten rid of that coaster when I did. Got a little excited and thought I had a little more money. But it's okay. We are making a little bit of money per month. We're losing guests, but that's okay. Let's change that over to shops. We have bumper cars, which is great. Let's change that over to shops after this and see if we can get a cash machine. And this is going to be navigating this game a little bit to try to figure out the best possible way to end this ride. We're just trying to hopefully make a little bit more money and get ourselves going here. We're right on that park border there. Hoping that we can come in, just do a little turn, and then be done. It's going to require, this is going to be a lot of work to get this ride done here. There we go. See that excitement rating? That's extreme. If we can get that, we will be in great shape. So we just need to have this come down and shift over one spot. So let's not actually even have that go up. Let's just have it do this thing. We'll have it go into its brake run. Well, if we can have it go down, then we could have it go into its brake run. Because that height is there. My goodness gracious. I'm losing my brain here. Okay. We do that. Have that come out of that. All right. Okay. Well, that didn't go as planned. Our intensity and nausea are also both extreme, so we need to fix the ending of this just a touch. Okay, so if it comes out of that, all right, if we have that shift to the left, does that work? I think it will. Do that. Brake run. Oh, not brake run yet. Let's do that. We guys tilt slightly down into our brake run. So block brakes, which is what we want. Do that. We're just trying to shoehorn this bad boy in there. Let's see. So do another block brake. And we're going to call this one Pit Viper. Does that make any sense? No. Does it matter? Absolutely not. We're going to have two trains. We have our entrance and exit already set up. Get out of map mode. We'll test it just to make sure. And we're going to do the inverse here. So it's going to be black supports with white track. There we go. It goes nice and slow through all that stuff. This little airtime hill there into the brakes. Now this is what the ride was originally supposed to be, was something a little bit more exciting than that. But let's see what our new results are. There we go. High, high, high. That's going to be gold for us if we can get those numbers. There we go. Oh, it's not quite high on the intensity like I wanted, but that's okay. If we increase that lift hill speed, I bet you we can get it. And hopefully we're just about at 300 guests when you have, we're in year 2, so we're halfway through, not quite halfway through. And we're doing the things that are needed to get us going here. And we're making money each month as well, which is kind of a nice side benefit of that. I kind of got lost in building Pit Viper, or Viper 2, or whatever we're going to call it. Viper's Revenge, or what Viper should have been, because that's the ride that I absolutely should have built originally, and we would have been in much, much better shape. Let's take a look here. That's up at high. Extreme excitement. We can charge $12 for that, and nobody's going to bat an eyeball at that. We have soft drinks, which is not what I wanted. I want to have something more. It's okay. Bumper cars are going to fit in back in this area without any problem. Slap that in there. This is going to go over. And now we have another ride opened up. And we're up 392 guests. People are flocking. Look at all those people coming. And then the 1-2 punch of that plus another ride being the newly built here that fits more of our stuff. We have our flying coaster here. We're doing good. Happy with the overall look of this park. There we go. I just wanted to make sure I forgot that we didn't take care of the vandals actively. We let the security staff handle it, and they did. And we're rolling through here. So we're at $2,300 as far as our cash goes. We're going to select an attraction to advertise for. Billboards for 3 months. We'll start that up, and hopefully that should do us here. We need another 20 people, which we do have a lot of people leaving right now, but I'm assuming they spent all their money. And what's cool about this ride is it actually could fit another train on it. So if we take a look here at our max revenue per month, $2,400. Our operating cost is minimal. We can make a lot of money with this ride, and we could be in really good shape. Look at our income here, $2,900. I don't know if I've seen a number quite that high in this round of stuff here as we go through. We just need to get that 450, right? That's all we need to do. Yeah, we need to get the 450. And once we get there, we'll be in good shape. So we have another 16 people we need to gather. So we're going to say you can get a free ride voucher on Pit Viper for 3 months. Oh, we can't do it on a different ride. That's right. We already have something on that ride. So we'll select a different ride. Maybe. There we go. Okay. We have the big red arrow going down, so we need to draw more people to this park now. But we are definitely making money. We're going through doing what we need to do. Candy is not the shop we need. We need just an inexpensive coaster. This park's screaming for a coaster to go out to this area. And we're going to lower the price of this down a bit. Not because it's not worth the money, but mainly because we need to keep people in our park that aren't running out of money. So people are really liking it. scenery here they're enjoying. Our hunger issue is mostly solved. We are not drawing in people the way that we need to here, so we'll have to do a little bit more work. I'm just going to click on this real fast to see if there's another operation mode, because I don't know if there is. I know like Roller Coaster Tycoon, you had the option of going through and doing like a where it could go up and drop, but I don't see that here, so that's not really a thing. And I wish it was a thing, because that would be more fun, but we're going to research another coaster here and hopefully get something that will draw a few more people. We're just started year 3, so we're doing good. We are consistently filling our rides here. This ride here last month was $1,400, or excuse me, $1,200, but our revenue last month, oh, profit, okay. So our profit last month was $1,200. Coaster cost $6,000 to build, and our total profit so far has been $4,000. So we've almost paid off that ride in a really short amount of time. We need to get another 30 people to this park and we'll be in great shape. And we are losing people hand over fist. Why are we losing people? Oh, they're all out of money. Okay, let's start slashing prices here. $1, $2, $1, $2, $2, $4. Because again, we're not really, these aren't the money making rides that we really need to get people going on. This one's our money maker. But if we can provide a few more attractions for people to stay at affordably, that will be really good for us. Still in the research phase. Hopefully it's a coaster. Well, it's going to be a coaster, but hopefully it's something that we can build inexpensively, and we'll be in really good shape. And that year 4 was July of year 4. Okay. So we're about a year and a half out from the end of what we need to do here to accomplish everything. This coaster here, I'm really digging. Small, compact, goes fast, but does the things that it needs to do. It's not drawing as many people as it used to, though. And we're definitely losing guests right now as well, so hopefully we get a good coaster here. If not, we're going to build a flying coaster that may or may not do what we need it to do to be successful in this park. But we'll find that out here soon enough. Spinning coaster, no, that's not what I want. Alright, so we're going to pause this. We're going to go into our flying coaster menu. And we're just going to build a nice, simple, hopefully simple, ride here. We're going to have to unpause this in a moment just to allow us to have some cash flow, but Again, I'm not trying to do anything crazy here. I'm just trying to get the very basics of this ride done. So it's going to lift hill, loop, big swing, come out here. We'll do a half or a corkscrew, come down, and that will be it. It's not going to be a very exciting ride by any means. But we're down below 400 guests, so we have some work we need to do here to get this park back up the tip-top shape. So we're going to do this. We'll have it come down. So we're going to have it come up, hit a brake run, and then do some dipsy doos. I don't even know if we'll have it do, I think we're just going to have it there, brake run, and then somehow end up. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet. Alright, so we're going to try to bring it here and then loop it in somehow. We'll see what happens. And that way, I think we can get rid of one of those station parts and it'll be okay. Oh, it's not going to be okay. We need like $400 more, and we have this one set. So it's gonna come here, then turn, and be done. There we go. Okay. So we have that. Two trains. There we go. Alright, let's see what happens here. We have the ride opened. There are people going to it. The excitement is high. The intensity is close to where we want it to be. Ride length is not what I want it to be. That's okay. We are drawing more people now that we've opened a new ride, which is good. This ride could be so much more than what it is, but that's okay. And very high excitement now instead of high. It's funny how this stuff fluctuates a little bit over time. Let's go back with shops. So I think if we can get a cash machine, we'll be in really good shape here. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of work here. We have free ride vouchers for Drop Tower. We're going to have it for Pit Viper. Billboards were somewhat workable, but the Drop Tower is the best for us. They're planning cotton candy, which I'm not thrilled with, and our Drop Tower vouchers were not all that great. We got some advertisements for our flying coaster, and hope and pray and dream that we will get there. We have people coming in and people going out. We just need a plus of 6. But it seems very difficult for us to get to that balance here. And I'm assuming we have to maintain it for a certain amount of time as well. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. There we go. We need 3 weeks to keep that number, and then we will have 1. But we did accomplish our goals by the time period it said. We just need to keep it, and we've already lost it. Oh goodness. So we're going to increase that a good bit. And we're just going to start throwing advertisements at everything. We have a little bit of money, so we can throw stuff at this and just see what happens. But hopefully our advertisements are working and helping us get to our goals. We're at 475 people, which is a good sign. It means our numbers are going up. We are being successful in advertising, and as I talk, they're continually go up, and our cash flow is also going up, which is also a nice sign. We have a cotton candy stall available to us now, which we are not going to use, but it's there. I should have switched that over to just to have thrill rides and had something more useful to us. But that's okay. Did we actually buy anything in this one? I don't remember. I don't think we actually bought any land in this. So if we're successful, that's pretty cool that we didn't have to buy any land. And we made what we needed to in that. My favorite in Roller Coaster Tycoon was just sitting there and putting a do not enter sign right at the exit. It tanked your numbers, but if you need to do it just for a little bit of time, like right now, like if there's a giant horde There we go. We have won. But if there's a giant horde leaving, you could just kind of throw them in there, and they would be stuck, and you would win, and it would be great. Alright, folks. Well, thank you for joining me. This has been another episode of Parkitect. I hope to see you again, and we'll see you in the next challenge. I'll see you then. Thanks so much.